Guys, Bismoto, do another moto vlog. Today I'm on the Vader 125, on the way to work again, second day in a row. I try taking every motorcycle at least once every other day, so that way, because the weather's not going to be that much warmer for very long, so I figure I'll switch off motorcycles until the weather gets too cold where I won't ride anymore. But yeah, the last video I uploaded was the one with the Zoomer where I was riding to work, where I asked you guys to help me pick out my next bike. YouTube was having a problem, and I wasn't able to get it uploaded the day I wanted to. Every time I tried to upload, it would say there was an error, but it was actually YouTube having a problem and not my video. So yeah, I've never seen that happen before, honestly. But hopefully it doesn't become a common problem. Oh yeah. Shit, that's something I didn't check. I didn't check to see how much gas I got in this thing. I'm gonna have to stop at a gas station and check it out. Oh, I hope I have enough. I really didn't want to stop today to get gas. Yeah, I don't know. It's really windy today, so this road's 55. There ain't gonna be no way I'm gonna get up to 55 today with how windy it is. It's kind of weird. Today is warmer than yesterday, but it feels cooler. The last night when I drove the Zoomer home, whatever, it was kind of cold. Not too bad though, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Got to bring my Mini Cooper in for an oil change pretty soon. Oil changes in that are pretty expensive. They're like $60 because it's got to have the full synthetic. So yeah, that kind of sucks. That car's been doing pretty good for me though so far. I know the front bushings on the front suspension are kind of shot. I got some new polyurethane ones to put on, but man, it's gonna... They want like $300 to put those things on. It doesn't even look like it's that hard. It's just, I would do it myself, but I just don't have a lift or anything where I can lift my car up to do it. So I'm gonna have to pay somebody to do it, but I want to find somebody to do it cheaper. I don't want to spend $300 just to put 2 bushings in. Frickin' prices of getting cars fixed is expensive nowadays, along with everything else pretty much. Ooh, the wind's blowing me all over the place. I owed a little bit left on this Vader, and I'm going to pay that off tonight when I get my check tonight. I'm going to come home and pay it off, or at least pretty dang close to it. I might owe like $100 or something. Just so I'll leave myself a little extra money for this week. Kind of want to have a good weekend this week. My one whopping day off, you know, Sunday. But yeah. So, like I said, I want to pay off a couple more bills, then I'm going to start thinking about buying the new bike. So we'll see how that poll goes, whatever. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna buy it right away. It'll be sometime next spring probably. So I have some time. Unless, of course, I find a deal I can't pass up. I used to have a camper out in Baraboo one time. You know, the thing that makes me think about this is all the rain we've been having lately. But I used to have a camper out in Baraboo, Wisconsin. Me and my friend were there in our campground, and I had my own camper and everything. And me and my ex-girlfriend were getting ready to go to sleep. And the next thing I know, I look down and I see water coming up through the heater vents. I'm like, what the hell? You know, it was raining out and all that. And I look outside and my deck is floating in water. And at that time the water was probably up to my knees, you know. And we had to go get my friend because he was at the dance hall, whatever. So we went and got him. And by the time we got back, we had to come back to the camper because he forgot something in there or left something in there. And by the time we got back, the water was up to our waists. And then by the time we got out of the camper and we were trying to make it back out to the higher ground, you know, where the dance hall was and all that, the water was actually up to our necks. But he had to carry his son on his shoulders through the water. And yeah, it was pretty bad. But things just started getting worse from there. We started to leave in his car because there was nowhere for us to stay, obviously. And we're driving down the road, and all of a sudden I feel like a bump. And it was raining really hard, so I couldn't really see a thing out the window, and I wasn't really paying attention. And I'm like, what the hell, what'd you stop for? And he's like, look. And I look out the window, and the car actually fell into a sinkhole. The road collapsed, and we fell in a sinkhole that was probably like 6 feet down. I mean, thank God it didn't go farther than that, because we were able to get out. But man, that was crazy. I mean, I didn't even realize we fell. You know, it was nighttime and everything. So, and then we get out of there. We walk back to the campground, and they let us stay at the owners. They have a house, you know, and they're up high. They're not low like the campground was. I don't know what river it was. It was the one that went through Wisconsin, through Baraboo. I don't know if it's a Wisconsin River or Baraboo River or what the hell river it is. I don't remember. It's been too long. But, so anyways, we spend the night there, blah, blah, blah. We're soaking wet, freezing the whole night. Sucked ass. Woke up the next day to go get his car. The farmer bought his tractor and a bunch of boards and all that, and he was actually able to pull it out, which was pretty amazing. I to this day I don't understand how the hell he did it. It's farming ingenuity, I guess. But we get there to his car, and somebody jumped down in the hole, smashed his back window, stole his stereo system. I mean, the weekend just kept getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, it was nuts. You know, you just spent probably about $1,500 on a stereo system, and somebody steals it. Kind of messed up. Not like we're having a bad enough day already, you know. But yeah, I had a pretty crazy time driving out there and stuff. Another time I went out there, and I only knew one way how to get to the campground, and the one day there was road construction, and I didn't know how to get to the campground because they wanted you to go around, you know, around the road construction and all that. So I'm like, well, hell, I don't know any other way to get here. So I went around the barricades and all that, and it's raining again as usual. And it's all mud, and it's me and my mom and my ex-girlfriend, and we're driving, and I look on the other side, there's like a big drop-off. And I'm like, oh shit, and it's muddy and slippery, so I'm like taking my time. we're driving, and all of a sudden, something's out in front of me. I pull up, it's a freaking cow in the middle of the road. Farmer must have lost his cow. This thing was out there running around. I gotta check and see if I need to get gas. I'm not gonna bother trying to put this thing in neutral. It'll be like a half-hour ordeal. Shit. Yeah, I better get gas just in case. But anyways, yeah, there was a cow in the middle of the road. But yeah, it was a lot of fun there. We used to like shoot fireworks in the river and they'd explode in the water, and it was a lot of fun. And when we did that, it didn't make any noise and scare the horses or anything, so that was kind of cool.